Spec 7 and me who washed everything. I was the E5, so everything they got dirty I cleaned, which was fine.
Okay.
But I was in the headquarters company, and I'm in the 1st Armored Division. Everybody there's a general, a colonel, sergeant majors, and I'm walking around with them, and we're not playing Army anymore. My first sergeant was Sergeant Major Robert Cross, and he had a diamond. He had 3 up, 3 down, and a diamond. 30-some years, Korea, Nam, Alaska. This guy had been around, and he's in a headquarters company with a bunch of pansies, because we're pencil pushers.
Sure. Right.
Our finance, lawyers, and all that. And Sergeant Major Cross would want to make us play Army every day, and we didn't do that.
Right.
So it was a good unit. We always had notes from the general. You know, you try and kick our bed at 5 and get up and go outside. Hey, I got a note from the general there. I got to sleep. You know, I was working at a party last night. I can't do that. I'm being facetious.
Sure.
The administrative part of the 1st Armored Division was a cool job. This Major General, he ran the 1st Armored Division, which was really cool.
Okay.
It was a good job.
Okay.
And actually, he had seniority. So when Abrams went somewhere, his car was a Chevy sedan, 4-door, and I'd take the flags off the 2 stars when I drove it. When somebody else didn't drive it, I drove it. But I drove his APC. I flew in his helicopter. He had a commo wagon. I took care of all that. But when Abrams would leave the post, General Abrams, I think he was a 3-star at the time, Major General Rulin, being the senior of the other general, would go to the headquarters. So I'd go to the 4th Army headquarters. And that's where they have a picture of Patton. Patton used to be in charge of 2nd Armored Division.
Okay.
And that's the one where he's standing there with the 2 pearl handle guns. And the commanding general of the 4th Army has a Imperial, a 1967 black Imperial. And I don't know if you knew what the wings looked like then. Yeah, they're huge. And when I take off the flag off the 3 stars and drive Major General Rulin around that post, there's 45,000 guys on Fort Hood. Everybody would fall over, because this is the king on the post.
Right.
And Rulin did make me stop. And they said, Coutts, that guy didn't salute. Go read it. Go talk to him. Yes, sir, General. And I get out of the thing, I'd say, hey, come on, man. Would you please salute? You see this car, please salute. You know, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. You know, and I'm nothing. I'm like a Spec 5. You know. But those are unique experiences of being in the service.
Right. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were getting close to being discharged.
Oh, yeah. Don't touch me. I'm short.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Yeah.
I'm short.
So what was that like, and what was your preparation as far as communicating with family and stuff?
Well, letting people know you're coming home, how you're getting home. I bought a motorcycle in Fort Hood, and I was going to drive my bike home in November. Yeah, in November, I'm driving my bike. I made it to like Oklahoma. Yeah, then we put it in a trailer. But I went home with a couple of guys. It was nice leaving. You're excited to leave, and Sergeant Major Cross, the guy who I butted heads with 50 times, he made me paint. He made me paint the paint shed, because something I did, you know. And then I slopped the paint on there. He didn't like it. He made me paint the day room. So he was a tough guy.
Sure.
But I missed him, you know. And yeah, he was one of the guys I sought out. That when I left, you know, we shook hands and gave him a hug and all that. You know, he's a good old guy.
Okay. From a interest standpoint, does this Green guy, did he come back to Fort Hood too?
Mike Green did come back to Fort Hood, another part of Fort Hood, different time. We saw each other. And as fate would have it, he gets a job. He's from Detroit, around 17th and Scotland, around Holy Redeemer, Detroit guy. And Mike becomes a teacher, and he teaches at West Bloomfield High, where my kids go.
Okay.
I mean, that's ironic, I guess, but yeah. And he buys a house in the neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in a maybe not direct, ongoing way, but in a loose way, we kind of stayed in touch all those years.
Sure. Okay. So how did you? Where you were at Hood when you got? Did you actually get discharged?
Yeah,
Fort Hood. So you were free when you got your bike, and so how did you drove home and dragging the